Hello and welcome to Quirky Kitchen. So I'm gonna show you now how to prepare a bolognese sauce. I got all of the things prepared here, and I'm gonna add a couple things towards what would be a classic bolognese, because I'm gonna eat it myself tonight and I just like to add something more. But I'll show you where the classic one ends and what I'm gonna add just for me tonight. Okay, here we go. So here are the things we're going to use tonight for that bolognese. First of all, 500 gram of minced beef. Some people like mixed mince with pork and beef. I prefer beef. Carrots in dices. Some people prefer to grate them. I like dices to have something to bite on. 3 cloves of garlic. You can add more or less, that depends on your taste. Half a big onion, olive oil. This is tomato puree, and another tomato puree, but the concentrated, which we only use a little bit. So on herbs, oregano, of course. I love oregano. Herbs de Provence, this is a mixture, and thyme. And this is grated chili. This is a very hot one. This mixture I make myself, and I'm using it since years and years and years. And you can use it on meat, pork, beef, chicken, or anything basic seasoning. And it contains salt, black pepper, sweet Spanish paprika, and a hint of curry. Did I mention the olive oil as well? Yeah, the olive oil. So these are the things, just the veg that I add for me tonight personally. So if you just think this doesn't exist, there you have your bolognese. So yeah, that's about it. So let's go to the cooker and start it. So we're gonna take off the skin of those tomatoes, which I prepared by cutting here and getting that out. That makes it much easier than later to peel the skin off. We'll just leave them in as long so that you can see when it starts to come off, then it's fine. So now I'm heating up this pan. We're going to put some olive oil in it. Just put quite a bit in it. Add some nice Mediterranean or Spanish flavor. By the way, here are my tomatoes that we cooked before and took the skin away, and I'd cut it in pieces. So let's see. First you're gonna put the onions in. Probably not hot enough yet, but it doesn't matter. Coming. All dishes that you make with minced beef needs quite a lot of seasoning. Whenever you think, oh, that's enough, just put a little bit more and you will see, because it's very blunt. I don't know why it is so, but I learned that from Jane, and it took me a while, because I thought that must be enough, that must be enough. And I said, still missing. So don't wonder if you think I put a lot in. But of course you're gonna check that out for yourself. I can save you a bit of time. Just put in, the first time, put in a bit more that you think would be right. I guarantee you it is good. So now, put the garlic in. One more. care. I'm telling you, already smells nice. So now the next step is we're going to put that beef in and seal it. I put all of it in today. This is probably good enough for 4 portions of sauce. But if you have too much, a bolognese sauce is very easy to fill in some containers and freeze it for the next time. And then if you don't have time, just defrost your sauce, boil up some spaghettis, and you have your meal. So I'll keep going. So now we got that sealed. I'm gonna add something of my special mixture here. Then a bit of oregano. Herbs de Provence. I'll just do it like I feel, you know, so if you feel more comfortable measuring it like on a teaspoon or something like it, go ahead. I'll be careful with that cayenne pepper because it's very hot. So now I'm going to turn it down a little bit to 6. Add a little bit of the concentrated puree, not more than this. Gives a nice flavor. And the fritto, the liquid puree tomato. And in goes my peeled and diced tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. So we leave that for a bit and I'll be back with you in a minute. So here we go again. So what I did is I really turned it down to 2, put the lid on and let it simmer for quite a while, like 15 minutes. So we're gonna add now the carrots. Because the carrots will take the longest time. The other veg will only be taking 5 minutes, but the carrots will take at least another 10 minutes in that sauce. So the lid back on, turn it up to 3 now so that it heats up a bit, and I'll see you again a bit later. So far that would be your classic bolognese done. Only that the carrots are not completely cooked through, but that's only because I'm going to go on a little bit longer. So now I'll put all those peppers in. Red, green and yellow, and I mix them in and leave it again another, I would guess, 10 minutes. And right at the end, I'm going to put in my champignons and my, what's it called? Yeah, those guys. Because they have the shortest cooking time, so they go in the end. Calabacín, they call it in Spain. Zucchinis, but the zucchinis are normally the dark green one. So the last step, I do know now why I didn't remember the word, because in English you actually use the French word courgette. So yes, there are a couple of dices of courgette and then fresh mushrooms in it as well. And they go in now and leave them another 5 minutes, and then I turn the heat off, but still leave the lid on for a while. So another 10 minutes I'll leave the heat on, but then I turn it off and just leave it to settle a bit. By the way, I added about 50 milliliter of water because it got a little bit thick. I might have to do that again, but that depends if you like it more liquid or more solid. So that's up to you. You see, it's quite solid now. There might come some water out of the mushrooms. So we will see when the whole thing is finished how it looks like. Okay. 10 minutes on low heat and the lid on. And then I turn the heat off. So here we go with our spaghetti bolognese. You see, it's perfect now. I did not have to add more liquid because, like I said, you know, in the peppers and in the mushrooms there's water in it. So this is actually how I like it. You see what I mean? How the other ingredients really go good with it. So a little bit of this. And some cheese on top. And here you go. Bon appetit!